Last time, Noor knocked the goblin off balance, but it dodged Lin's magic. The goblin escalated by hurling trees, forcing Noor to shield Lin. They found it was healing via a mana crystal, so Lin enhanced Noor's sword to destroy it. After the fight, Noor realized the danger and decided to wait on battles until he's stronger. If you missed part 4, check the link in the description. Now, let's continue where we left off. Noor is very humble about it as he gives a lot of credit to Lin, but he also decides that he should celebrate his first day hunting. It might not seem like much to others, but his first day is a big deal to him. Hearing about the mana stone on the goblin makes the clerk wonder if what they fought was really a goblin. Noor is pretty sure that it was, and then just goes along with whatever his instructor says. The clerk then asks for the goblin's ear, so he can pay Noor for the job. Noor looks at Lin with a grim face, as they now have to explain that they don't have the ear because they burned the giant goblin to the ground at the castle. Rain realizes from some documents that an enemy has encroached deep into his country. He urgently orders troops to go to certain areas, and he even summons all 6 of the country's heroes. Rain is upset at himself for not figuring this out sooner, and he curses the magical empire for going this far. They want the dungeon's resources, and they clearly don't care about taking innocent lives. Rain is furious, because the magical empire is coming to demolish the country. Back with our hero, we learn that the guildmaster did Noor a favor. Noor didn't bring the goblin ear back, but the guildmaster still compensated him in celebration of his first hunt. Noor and Lin finish up their celebration feast, and she decides to head home for the day. Lin wonders if that's okay with their teacher, so Noor says it's fine, and thanks her for her help. Just then, Rain appears and apologizes for having an urgent request. He asks Noor to take Lin to the mountains the next morning, and even offers to provide transportation. Rain can't give any details, but Noor can tell that this is serious, so he agrees to help. The next morning, Noor thinks about how the real reason he agreed to go on this journey was so that he could finally see what it's like to be on a carriage. Noor has never traveled away from the capital, so the traveling is more precious to him than the money he's being paid to take Lin. He's also really excited because soon he will even be able to travel to different countries. Noor can tell that Lin is uneasy, so he tells her to enjoy the scenery with him. He then thinks about how his dream is to become a normal adventurer and journey on his own. Lin apologizes for Noor having to take her, but he just says that he owes her for helping him with the goblin anyway. A look back shows that Rain instructed them to head towards the mountains and wait for a while. If nothing strange happens, then they will proceed to a place called Mithra. Lin hopes that nothing will happen, so Inez tells her not to worry because she is there. However, we learn that Inez has secret orders from Rain. He warned that the royal capital would fall into crisis very soon. If she receives a report that the capital has been destroyed, then she will have to take Noor and Lin to Mithra. Inez refused to leave the capital during an emergency, but Rain reminded her that her main duty is to protect Lin. Lin apologizes for Noor getting caught up in the situation, but he still just thinks of it as a simple trip. Noor can tell that she is worried about something, so she explains that protecting him is another one of her responsibilities. She tells him not to worry about anything, but the laid-back Noor isn't worried at all. Noor intends to protect himself if anything happens, and he is confident that he can run away if needed. Noor is then shocked to hear that Inez has a shield, even though it doesn't look like it. Inez reveals that it's actually a shield of light, and she instructs Noor to hide behind it if anything happens. The shield is incredibly strong since neither weapons nor magic can get through it. Noor then thinks about the guy he fought at the castle, but he can't remember his name, and just calls him Milbert. According to what Lin told him, Milbert is so talented that he was able to bring down a dragon on his own. Inez is clearly just as strong as that guy, so Noor assumes that they're on a whole different level compared to him. Noor compliments her, so she explains a bit about her past. She was taken into an orphanage when she was young, and this was when she first realized that there was a mysterious power within her. Inez didn't know what was going on, and some clueless little girl hurt herself by touching Inez's mysterious power. Inez showed her powers to the heroes, and it became clear that it was a gift from the heavens. It was historically rare, as it could become a blade to cut anyone down, or a shield that could protect against anything. Depending on how she used it, it could easily allow her to annihilate even an entire country. Inez was taken in by one of the heroes named Dan, and she learned from all 6 heroes how to use her power. Inez could never get over the fear of hurting someone again. Back with Lin, though, we see that there was a kid with the dragon, and he was determined to eliminate someone. When Lin shattered the dragon's barrier, the dragon shoved the kid away. Inez recognizes the black dragon, so she wonders why a ferocious beast would be out there. Inez tries to stop Noor as he springs into action, but it's too late as he confronts the dragon. Noor fights off the beast, but Inez points out that the kid Noor is protecting was already with the demon before they arrived. A look back shows Rain telling Lin about demon folk. They are demi-humans who have the special ability to establish a mental bond with monsters at will. According to Rain, they are closer to monsters than humans. These demi-humans manipulated powerful monsters, and they nearly destroyed the city of Mithra, so they were hunted by humans. They were thought to be extinct, but it seems like their descendants are somehow still around. Rain warned Lin to run if she ever saw one. Because they surely have a serious hate for humans, Inez assures that this kid is manipulating the dragon and was probably planning to bring the vicious beast to the royal capital. She explains that the kid seemed to lose control of the dragon when the barrier broke, and she's shocked that Noor rushed in to help without thinking twice. Inez is angry though, as she thinks he's being foolish and wonders who he thinks he is. Lin thinks they should help him, but Inez surprisingly refuses to help. Noor continues to fight, but he calls this thing a frog and thinks about how it's not nearly as strong as that goblin he fought. Noor's plan is to hold on until the girls arrive for backup, but the beast prepares an energy blast. The kid will get hurt if he dodges, so he attacks the monster instead. Something terrible happens though, as black liquid starts coming out of Noor's body, and Inez explains that this is the true horror of the dragon. Noor can instantly tell that he's been afflicted by poison, and now he can't move his body. This dragon eliminates everything it comes into contact with, which is why it's called the Black Death Dragon. Lin tries to help Noor when the dragon goes to attack again, but Inez stops her because an even bigger poisonous mist is coming. Lin demands that she let her go, but Inez declares that her duty is to protect her at all costs. If she can hold back the dragon's attack somehow, then at the very least, Lin will be able to escape. Inez then declares that Lin's survival is the only chance they will have to revive the kingdom. Lin still tries to argue with her, so Inez explains that even just one breath of the poisonous gas is fatal, and even the hero of healing wouldn't be able to save Noor. The dragon unleashes its poison, so Inez protects Lin with her shield and promises to keep her alive. Lin's purification isn't working, and birds begin to fall from the sky. Inez apologizes to Noor because she originally wanted to protect anyone in danger, but her duty to the kingdom must come first. Just then, the girls are startled when a dragon claw falls in front of them. They can't understand what's going on, and they are shocked when they see that Noor is still fighting the beast. Noor is in really bad shape, and Inez wonders if this determination is why Dan wished that Noor was still around. Inez realizes now that Noor isn't foolish at all. He is actually the exact kind of person she always looked up to and chased after, doing whatever it takes to protect someone, and being a true shield. Unfortunately, it seems like Noor is at his limit, and this is proven to be true when the next attack from the dragon sends Noor crashing to the ground. Surprisingly, Noor is relieved for some reason, and he says that he will be able to make this work out after all. And with that, our episode for today comes to an end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in appreciation of my efforts.